question. Every day you come to the ballpark here in San Francisco, Los Angeles, Arizona, wherever we are at, and we see fans wearing the panda hat. How does that hat make you feel?
Excited, you know, it's one of those things, it's my 3rd year in the big leagues, you know, see a lot of things like that make me happy, you know. The fans support me, you know, every time, everywhere I go, you know, it's exciting for me.
Good answer. Big exciting. Larry, a lot of these people were Charter C license holders. They got involved at the beginning. They've been with us ever since. And they want to know, what plans do you have for this ballpark in the future?
Well, you know, first of all, Mike, I'd like to say that without the fans, as you guys both said, where would we be? I mean, we all, how many of you go back to Candlestick Days? How many of you own a Quanta Candlestick? I don't know if all the guys know what that is, but before their time, but it was the stage to the end of an extra inning night game. And I got to tell you, today we have more people here right now at 9:30 in the morning than we had at a lot of nights. I just want to thank everybody. It's been an amazing run, and I think Giants baseball's never been better. And we've never been stronger. We've never had a better bunch of guys. We've never had a better manager. And I think we're poised to be around in the conversation as we head to the championship discussion and fight for a championship every year for a lot of years. Mike, in terms of the ballpark, again, it was mentioned by you and Dave that the fans really helped build the ballpark. And we're looking to improve the ballpark every year. We have changes. Some of them are small, some of them we're contemplating larger changes, but the changes we contemplate really relate to what the fans suggest. So we ask you to get us your letters and cards and ideas. We have the Triples Alley. I don't know if you've been out there for group area pregame. We have the loft out, the Virgin America loft out in right field. We've added things each year. We try to add 2 or 3 new things to the ballpark. I think some people would like us to bring in the fences from 420.
No, I like it.
And I don't know if we're going to do that, but I think that anything that can make it more fan-friendly and player-friendly, we will do.
How about, since we're talking about the ballpark, Boch, you don't want to bring in the fences, do you? I mean, this ballpark plays to the strengths of your team. Tell us a little bit about how the way this park plays has helped you build this Giants team.
Well, you know, in this ballpark, just like other parks in our division, I'll go down to LA and San Diego, and it's a little different in Arizona and Colorado, but the culture of this club we felt like had to change a little bit, and the type of ball club, and that was to go geared more toward pitching and defense, and you know, with all the room out there that we have to cover, it's tougher to hit home runs in these big ballparks. So, you know, that's kind of the philosophy that Brian has taken, and I agree with it. It's work, and so I like a bigger ballpark. I like a little room for error in case the pitcher does make a mistake. Now, I know it's frustrating for these hitters when they hit a ball 410 feet, it doesn't go out, but at the same time, it's worked for us. I haven't changed it.
You have to get used to it.
Sorry, man. All right, question for Carlos Beltran. When most of your career you were center fielder, you were a Gold Glove winner, and now you come to San Francisco and you're here at AT&T Park, you're playing right field, which is said by many to be the toughest right field park in all the big leagues. What makes this ballpark in right field so tough?
Well, first of all, after playing many years in center field, moving to right, it was an easy transition for me, because I believe center field is one of the toughest positions when you have to cover right center, left center. But this ballpark that we really play out, you know, like yesterday, Raul Ibañez hit a fly ball, was home on the stand, came back to fair ball, and you know, if you give up on that ball, I'm going to probably end up hitting the fair territory. So you really have to keep your eye on the ball and make sure that, you know, you catch it.
and you look real comfortable out there for a guy who hasn't played there all that often. Pablo, you're looking so comfortable these days in the field, at the plate. How many of you all have seen the franchise that we saw here? I saw you, Pablo, running up that mountain in the wintertime in shape. Tell us a little bit about what that process was like for you, changing your body, changing your diet, and how that's translated into your success this year.
You know, it was tough, you know. Off 40 pounds in 3 months for me was crazy. But you have to put the effort, you know, if you want to play third base, get it back in the big leagues, you know, get it back in your career. It's one of those things changing my career, you know. Now I've been seeing the result, all the things I've been doing the all season, running the mountain, all the stuff I've been doing, you know. I never give up. Now I don't want to give up. I just want to keep training to get ready, you know, for next year.
We talk about the Giants' way of doing things, and in order to be a player in this organization, you're aware that there's a different way, a different goal, a different philosophy. And the same thing can be said for our fan base. A Giants fan is special. Why is a Giants fan special?
You know, the Giants fans, even when we were at Candlestick in tougher times in terms of the ballpark, the Giants fans were always behind us. They were there at the first pitch. They were there to the last out. And I think that you guys, I mean, you don't leave in the 7th inning, do you? You know, there's something about being a Giants fan. It's now been, what, our 54th year in San Francisco. And it's something that I think it's ingrained in all of us. And just like the players are the most prepared, and they get here early and they work hard, people in the front office, same thing. The fans, they're in early, number of people here for BP, and I think it's just a commitment. And I would put our fans as second to none in terms of commitment.
All agree. We got a few more minutes left for our panel up here before we give you guys a chance for some questions for everybody up here. Bruce Bochy, former catcher. Now you've been a big league manager for a long, long time. There's so many catchers who turn into managers. Is there a reason for that? Do you think there's something about being a catcher that prepares you for this job?
Oh, I think without question, making that transition from playing to managing is a lot easier for a catcher. And the reason I say that is, as a catcher, you're pretty much, in essence, the manager on the field. You're the one guy that sees everything. The positioning of the players, you have to know all the plays, the bunt defense, signs from the manager, you're relaying to the pitcher, throwovers and things like that. And you're actually managing the game itself and the pitching staff. And for a catcher, you have to understand 11 or 12 different personalities, and I'm talking about your pitchers, and you have to know how to handle each one. And one size doesn't fit all. One you may have to kick in the tail, the other one you may have to support it. So I think that helps the catchers make that transition now. There's great managers that didn't catch. Well, my point is, it does make it a little bit easier because you are more involved in the game. Now, Carlos can be in right field, and he can be practicing his swing sometimes in between pitches. The catcher can't do that. He can't ever throw around. He's got to, call every pitch, and he's got to be involved in it. I didn't say he does that.
Carlos, you got to respond to that. That would never happen.
You know, I would never do that, honestly. I always, as a player, try to separate hitting between defense and out there. I think there's two different things. If you're not doing anything offensively, you better make sure that you do something defensively for the team. So, Pablo said that if it was Torres that was the catcher, he probably was doing it.
All right, Pablo. We got a question. This has been kind of bugging me. I mean, you made the All-Star team this year as a third baseman. We've seen you catch. You came up as a catcher in the big leagues. You played first base. But there's also something else that you do that everybody may not know, is that there are times when Dave Rigetti will come out to the mound, and if it's Santiago Casilla or Ramon Ramirez, he'll ask you to come to the mound, and you'll translate when Rags wants to talk to Santiago or Ramon. So I have to ask you, Does Rags always get the full truth from you when you're...
Yeah. Because I don't want to put my pitch, in a dangerous spot. I just want to straight up, I'm going to tell the truth to the microphone. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to get in trouble.
Never? Not ever one time?
Never.
On the All-Star game, being down there for the game.
It started, for me, one of the biggest experiences, in my career. Last year, World Series, this year, All-Star game, we find out everything in 2 years. Sorry, Carlos. I had to tell that. But no, it's exciting for me being the All-Star game.
How about Bruce Bochy, before we let you go here, because we're running out of time. We just saw the Arizona Diamondbacks here in town, and you're playing the Phillies now. We got the Braves coming up, so you see a lot of good teams. But those Diamondbacks, I don't think our fans, and maybe I'll include myself in that group, realize how tough a team that can be. They're going to be a formidable opponent down the stretch, aren't they?
Oh, they really are. They're not going anywhere. They're athletic. They have very strong lineup throughout 1 through 8. Their pitching's been the difference for them. Their starters, talking about Kennedy and Hudson, two great young starters that really have come into their own, but they have depth throughout their rotation now. And their biggest improvement's the back end of their bullpen, and that's where they lost a lot of games last year. But they got young guys that play like an Upton. He's going to be an impact player in the game for a while, so they're not going anywhere. And we have to play our best ball to beat these guys because of how much they've improved, and really it's because of their pitching.